Hey, Bible babes, and welcome to Slay and Pray with me, your girl, Melissa Renee. Hey, Bible babes. Today, I am going to be sharing with you my all-time favorite Bible story, okay? And that is the three Hebrew boys. I love this story, okay? It has such a powerful meaning behind it. I love it. So let's get into it. So I'll be coming from Daniel chapter 3, verses 8 through 30. And at this time, the children of Israel have been exiled from their home and are now living in Babylonia under the rule of King Nebuchadnezzar. Now, King Nebuchadnezzar decided that he wanted to build a big, grand golden statue of himself, right? And he wanted everyone in the town, at the sound of trumpets or music, to bow down and worship this statue, right? And if you refuse to do so, then you would be thrown into the fiery furnace and pretty much burned alive. So when the music was played, all of the nations and people of every language bowed down to worship this golden statue that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up, right? But there were snitches back in the day, and they saw that a few of the Jewish exiles did not bow down to the statue. So they went to go tell King Nebuchadnezzar. So, of course, when King Nebuchadnezzar heard that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not bow down and worship this statue, he was furious. He was pissed. So he had them brought to him, right? And he said to them, he said, "Is this true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my God or worship my statue that I have made very good?" You know, and so he said, when you hear all of the music again, you are to bow down and worship my statue, right? And then he said, if you do not, you will be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace, and what God can save you from my hands? Wrong move, King Nebuchadnezzar. Wrong move, sir. So their response to King Nebuchadnezzar is my favorite part. So I'm going to pause the makeup and I'm going to read this straight from the Bible, because this right here is everything, okay? So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replies to him, "King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." Even if he does not. That is the most powerful statement to me in the entire Bible, one of them, because that is powerful. Even if he does not. These men were at the verge of they're about to get thrown into a blazing fiery furnace. You're about to be burned alive. And they stand up for themselves. And they're like, no, we serve a mighty God. We serve a God who is able to deliver us. And even if he don't deliver us, we still not going to do it. How many of us can say in this world today, in your life today, that you stand up for God and you stand up for what you believe is right no matter what? Are you going to stand up for what's right versus what's wrong? Are you going to stand up for God no matter what the consequences are? That is powerful. Even if he does not. Stop conforming to the things of this world. This world don't care about you. They not thinking about you. They don't care. Don't conform to this world. Y'all, you know what? I'm losing my words, so we're going to move on, because I got more of that coming up. So, of course, King Nebuchadnezzar was furious with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, right? So his attitude towards them changed. So he had them turn this furnace up 7 times hotter than usual. What 7 represent? The number of completion, right? So he was trying to, okay? So, yeah, so he had to turn it up 7 times hotter, and he had some of his strongest soldiers to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to throw them into the furnace. Now, as they were throwing them into the furnace, it was so hot that it killed the soldiers that threw them in there. So after they were thrown into the fire, King Nebuchadnezzar leaps to his feet in amazement. And he says to his advisors, weren't there 3 men that we threw into the fire? And they said, certainly, your majesty. And King Nebuchadnezzar is like, look, I see 4 men walking around unbound and unharmed. And the 4th man looks like the Son of God. You know what? I could really just end this video right now because, So after he saw this, King Nebuchadnezzar went to the furnace, called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego walked on out of the furnace, and they didn't even smell like smoke. King Nebuchadnezzar and his advisors and everybody crowded around them, and they didn't smell like smoke. They didn't smell like they had just been walking around in a furnace, like they were just thrown in there. They didn't smell like anything. Not their hair, not their clothes, nothing. They didn't have a scratch on them. Like, what? We serve a mighty God. We serve a God that's, oh my God, he is so amazing. This video is so hard for me to make. I am telling you, I love this story. I love God so much. This here is amazing. So I don't care what you are going through. I don't care what your circumstances may be, honey. Ain't nothing too hard for God. Ain't nothing too hard for him. The same God that was there for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is here for you now. He ain't changed. He's still the same God. He's the same God. He will bring you out of everything that you are going through if you trust in him. Okay? I'm getting carried away. So King Nebuchadnezzar said, praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He has sent his angels to rescue his servants. They trusted in him and defied the king's command and were willing to give up their lives rather than to serve or worship any God except their own God. Therefore, I decree that the people of any nation or language who says anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be cut into pieces and their houses turned into piles of rubber. For there is no other God who can save in this way. I mean, that just says it all. Like, they just changed the mind of a king? What? They got... So, needless to say, King Nebuchadnezzar ended up promoting Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So, what can we take away from this story today? Never conform to the things of the world. Okay? Always stand up for what you know is right. Always stand up for God. Always. Don't conform. Don't fall for it. Okay? And always trust in God. It took faith for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to say no to King Nebuchadnezzar. You know? It took real faith in God to be like, we willing to die for God? We willing to die for God. Okay? And that's how we really need to be. I'm willing to stand up for God. I'm willing to stand up for what I believe in, and I'm willing to put my life on the line for him. Never conform. Trust in God. You got this. So thank you, babes, for joining me. I pray that you guys were able to receive something from this message today. And yeah, I will see you guys next time for more Makeup and Ministry. Bye, babes.